Women's rugby is a sport that has certainly been on the rise over the past few years, especially following England's victorious campaign at the Women's Rugby World Cup last year, and the increase in popularity has been shown through Team Solent's women's rugby team. We went down to Test Park to speak to players Hannah Chard and Abby Collingwood on how the team has benefited from international success.
For our Freshers' Fair, we had a lot more people sign up this year, so I think the popularity of the sport has definitely grown. It's good to see a lot more sort of women coming into the sport, really.
I agree. I think there's a big increase in women's rugby. I mean, last year we had a lot less people signing up. I think we had 50, and this year we had 75.
We spoke to a couple of the players after a team training session on Monday evening, as they prepare for their first game of the season tomorrow against Exeter.
I reckon we've got high hopes this season. So the third years that left last year, we only had about 3 or 4. So we've managed to incorporate a lot more freshers this year, but we've still got a really strong, experienced team from last year. So yeah, I've got high hopes for the season.
Statistics from earlier this year on International Women's Day shows more women are playing rugby than ever before, with 1.7 million women and girls now playing the sport. Last year in the UK alone, participation levels rose by 25% from 15,000 to 18,000. The RFU are still looking to increase the numbers of women and girls playing rugby, with aims to have 25,000 playing the sport by 2017. Despite these plans, Hannah and Abby believe there's still a strong stereotype of rugby being a man's sport.
I think there's still that perception that it's definitely a masculine sport. You know, you still get the stereotypical people who'll come up to you and say that you're butch and everything else. But I think definitely through our team we've proved that you can be any shape, size, fast, slow, whatever.
Because I'm a girl, a lot of people are just, really, do you get hurt? Just completely different questions to what if a guy said, I play rugby.
Recent times have been a bit tough for the England's men's side after facing the massive disappointment of being knocked out of the group stages of their own World Cup this year. Yet the players feel women's rugby doesn't receive nearly as much recognition as it deserved after recent successes.
I reckon if you asked most people who won the Women's Rugby World Cup last year, they wouldn't be able to tell you that it was England. So yeah, it still hasn't got as much coverage as it should have.
Yeah, especially with the women winning their World Cup and the men not winning theirs. I think there's definitely a lot more, especially on social media, you're seeing a lot of, the women have won, but they don't have any recognition. So I still think there is a lot of improvement to be made for gender.
From Test Park, this has been Peter Baldry, Route 1 Sport.